Hey, Kiki Bohemian. Actually, this is just a video. It's not an upload live Kiki, but y'all have been messaging me asking when the Kikis are coming back. So stay tuned because they will be. But Bohemia here with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart Readings, aka Hemi. Um, and we're going to do a reading, of course. Of course, what you came here for. Or you might have come to say hey in the comments down below. You know, we like that, likes and stuff. Feel free to do so. Feel free to subscribe if you're here in a good way and you'd like to join in, hit the notification bell, and still check back because YouTube, you know, I don't know, sometimes they're tired and they don't send out notifications. So that's how I have to scroll on, you know, the subscriptions I have just to make sure I didn't miss anything. So shout out to all the real ones who come through and hold it down. I appreciate y'all. You've shown me so much love coming back from the hiatus. So thank you so much. We have 4 options here. I'm sure you're already tuning in and feeling them out. The topic of the day is who is right for you right now, okay? Who is it? I'm a firm believer that a lot of people don't know their type. Like, we know our programming, we know, you know, the flavor that's the trend that we've been influenced by. We know many different things, but sometimes we don't really sit and give ourselves a space to really know, what do I actually need? You know, let me tap into what I deserve, you know, and things like that. A lot of times as an astrologer, when I read people's charts, what the areas of your chart, like let's say your 7th house, things that you really need in your relationships are the signs and the placements they run from in dating and in relationships. So it can be very interesting out here that sometimes what's right for us and what's going to be spectacular for us in relationships might not be what we're aware of or what we're doing or who we're going after. So, you know, we're just going to see. You can still choose what you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Looking at you, Aries. But, you know, it's interesting to know what the advice, the suggestions are. We have some little index cards here, these little write-outs from my divination system, the Paparian Oracle. Some of you have seen bits of that. We have painting here and orange writing. Right, let me just give you some people like a little close-up. It's hard with the lighting, but we have the North Star. Okay, little glitter, little glitter. We have scroll. Oh, the North Star is written in blue. Scroll is written in yellow here. And then we have technology written in purple. All right, so go ahead and choose one of those. You may be drawn to more than one pile, so if that resonates with you, go for it. Sometimes we need a little this, a little that. Some of you are like, well, who should be on my roster at this time? I need to pick a few piles. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into your reading, and I'll see you on your timestamps, all right? I'm going to start over here with painting. Let's start with painting. So who is right for you right now? Now let's see if I can get these cards up here. I'm sitting behind the camera today, which I usually don't do. I either have the camera on the side or I like stand to the side. But anyways, let's go ahead for group painting and see who is right for you right now. All right, who is right for you right now? We're using my Love Kiss Oracle. There'll be a link down below if you're interested. Right now, we want to tune in. Who's right for you right now? Oh, jumping in, cartwheeling all the way over down here. Soulmates, what? Soulmates are, let's see, it's kind of blurring out the word there. There we go, you see it. You're like, wait, hold up, I need to see this. Right, look at these turtles swimming through the cosmic bursts. Well, when I made this, it's because it's like, you know, when you have real soulmates, I find if you a turtle, I'm a turtle, babe. Let me just, again, I don't know who's calling someone babe because I've only done that when I'm filming videos and I never use that word. But if you a turtle, I'm a turtle, babe. Okay, your soulmate returned affection. XOXO also is a soulmate connect for me as well. So point blank, this is like you need soulmate connections with reciprocity, okay? You're not looking for one-sided things. So you guys know I've talked about before, how are we going to be attracted to someone who isn't attracted to us? Like, you know, in my lovelorn days as a hopeless romantic, that just really thumped me in the head one day. Like, it's really, like, how am I going to be attracted to someone who's not attracted to me? Like, we'll like write people off because we're like, oh my gosh, no, we've been telling our friends the way they tie their shoes, I just can't. They put salt on their cupcakes. I just can't date them. That's embarrassing. But we'll just like stay with someone who doesn't even return affection or treat us right. And so it's like, wait a minute, that's not my type. So this is saying someone who returns that affection, recognizes your worth, okay, etc. and etc. That's your type right now. Okay. Yes, someone who can uncover the truth. Somebody who's not afraid of deeper soul connections and some soul searching. Somebody who can look you in the eye here and zoom in. Right? The eyes are the window to the soul. So you might also really like someone with some really, really nice eyes. They may have eyes that are considered smaller or unique shape, but they're very piercing and they're very deep and they captivate you when you look at them. So there's a physical quality there. I also see that this person could have freckles somewhere or some kind of patterns or markings with their moles. It's reminding me of Morgan Freeman actually a little bit. You know, he has like the moles, or some kind of freckling pattern. Doesn't mean they have them everywhere. For example, I have them on just one hand. I don't know why. I just, unique like that. So there could be some kind of thing where you're like, oh yeah, so and so they got the little constellation of moles on their right shoulder or something like that. So it might help you figure out who it is. All right, let's see. I want you so much. So this is saying this person, you will want this person. You will try to go towards them. I'm really drawn to this person's gold eyeshadow here. So perhaps there's somebody who will have gold eyeshadow, but I feel like that's you having your eye on like this sacred prize. Gold is high vibration energy. And, it's something that is very rich and very felt in the physical realm as well. So I feel like this person helps you feel confident. We see all this yellow, this gold here. There's somebody who you feel like I can express myself to you. You make me feel healthy. You make me feel have a glow. They instill good things in you because they support who you are as an individual. So it's not like placebo where, oh, you make me feel this way, right? Where it's a thing where we're kind of chasing a feeling for that person. But then when they're not like right transiting us in our face, that we are like, oh no, I wasn't really that person, and now I feel lost because you're gone, and I thought I was great and I thought I was happy, but now you're gone. I feel like that happens a lot in connections that aren't authentic or not the right ones for us. But when we're in connections with people who are the right one, it helps us grow ourselves. It helps us step into like actually recognizing our true worth, and I feel like this person is very much like that. Okay, or people, because it says soulmates here. So for some of you, yes, we're getting the star card here coming through reverse. So this could be some misconnections that have happened. I wouldn't be discouraged. There can definitely be strong Aquarius energy with this person, especially because the XO is giving me Valentine's Day. And when I'm filming this, it's first day of February right now. So this could definitely be an Aquarian. They could be a February Aquarian if you're like really specific. They could even be a Valentine's baby. We have the 4th here as well. We do have celebrations here. So definitely could be Aquarius. They could also be an Aries. All right. For sign of the zodiac, and we have the sign coming up here is also Cancer. So there could be Cancerian energy here. We have Capricorn. So cardinal signs. Literally, the signs that are on the equinoxes and the solstices that start their season are called cardinal signs. If you're not familiar with that, it's their modality. Kind of think of like liquids, solids, and gases. But in astrology speak, this would be like fixed, stubborn signs that come in the middle of their season, mutable signs that are a little bit more changeable, they come in the end of their season. Cardinal signs start things. They have a little bit fixed quality, a little bit mutable quality to them. So cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, and Capricorn are highlighted here, as well as Aquarian energy. Yes. So for some of you, I definitely get unfinished business here. I definitely feel like at some point you were connected with this person. Maybe there was truths that still needed to be shared. There was misconnections. There wasn't recognition that we are soulmates, but we have coming out of this kind of pouting around or being stagnant, or coming out of friendship and being ready for the next level with this person, because sometimes we need to blossom, and then you realize that your coworker or someone who is, just like close, like family, you might have been like, I grew up with this person, like they've just always been around. We went to every school, every class together. I just tell everyone they're my cousin. All right, we're not talking about actual familial connections. Let's be very clear here. But you know what I mean, when you got like your play cousin When you got that person who you're like, I don't know what they are. They're just here. They're here at dinner. They talk to my grandma. So you guys might have big epiphanies with this group where suddenly that friend, that person who hangs around and knows the fam and shows up at random times, or that coworker, you discover, wait a minute, it was you. It was me. I didn't know. Some of you are readers, and you're going to discover reading that person's cards that you're the person. And you're like, wait a minute, this sounds like me. I'm over here reading my friend's card. That's me. Right? We have the Empress, like, da 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 da, surprise. But I just feel you guys being so loved, so adored, so treasured by this person. And really, again, this person's crowned by that gold energy, by that yellow. So you feel spectacular about who you are. And that is like priceless. That's priceless in relationships, to be your fully realized self and to love yourself and not have that relationship chiseling away at that, but instead encouraging that and supporting you to thrive in that. Wow. I feel like your Venus energy is very supported in this connection. So whatever Venus sign that you have, the energy there could be very harmonious, or even if it's a square, it could be something that feels encouraging. It's a positive expression of whatever aspects that you guys have, whatever they have towards your Venus planetary placement, okay? I think also here we have second house and seventh house energy, because this is a Venus card. So the Venus rules second house and seventh house in astrology, your house of Taurus, which is your self-worth and personal finances, and your house of long-term partnerships, including marriage, and also your partnership with the public in a way. Kind of like if you were to hold a PR conference, like how you would want to address yourself to the public. And so I feel like, and again, this is really hitting some notes that we've seen where it's like, okay, I feel good about myself, self-worth house. I feel treasured. I'm supported to take care of my physical body, my finances, and stand strongly in who I am. I like how I am seen with this person as a couple. I feel healthy. I feel proud to be a partner with this person, and that translates in how others see us. And we're just a good partnership fit. All right, so I really like this energy. For timing, we have 4 a lot. We have a lot of 4 here. And then we also have 17 to 21. So it could be between 17 to 21 months. If you are within the age group, it could be that you would be introduced to this person at the age 17 to 21. And it could be within 4 days, 4 months, 4 years, okay? Actually 17 to 21 is a 4-year span. So definitely the number 4. We have a 444 here, and some of you, that's your confirmation from your spirit crew saying, yes, you picked the right pile, okay? So this is just some insights. I think we love to go and get all those little tidbits and, kind of layer them together throughout all of our readings. And I just was inspired to do this suddenly. So here we are. A happy love season, okay? A happy Black History always. Black art story always. And I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. Okay, if you chose the North Star group, let's scoot you over just a bit so you don't fall off. We're gonna go ahead and see, who should you be? What? You just already throwing cards out. Who should you be attracted to right now? Ah, okay. Let me get these. Interesting. You like, don't say that. Okay, I got them. We have a distance. So you guys don't have to worry if there's a long distance situation going on. This says still go with it. Be open to it. Don't knock long distance. Sometimes, partners are far apart for a reason, or it just happens that way. So this is saying don't be nervous. Maybe you're like a Taurus, you're like, nope. You're like Cancer, nope, I don't want to do a long-term partner that's like far away. But this is saying don't worry, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Especially this partner could have some adventurous placements in their chart. They could have some Aries or some universal signs. Universal signs like Sagittarius and Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, they actually kind of like to have time away from a partner to like pine away and think about it and like be an admirer and focus on their goals, and then be able to come back and give a lot to their connection. So it's actually not a bad thing at all for quite quite a lot of the zodiac to have space and time apart and a connection. So one of the major things this connection will teach you, and the type of relationship this will be, and the type of person will be, how to have healthy space, how space can be filled with a lot of peace and even quiet, but love and togetherness, and not having to be seen as a sign of rejection or something of that nature. So I feel like that's going to be, for some of you, a huge growth moment, and it's going to be something that actually really trickles down in your bones and feels like, wow, this is like a deep form of love, that I can be away from this person and feel so loved and so safe and so secure. And like, I want to go on an adventure with them. I want to go see them. I want to go connect with this person. Wow, they made me feel like that. Right? For some of you, it might be like, wow, they live more than 20 minutes away. I know, like, small town mentality is like that, right? Like, what? This person lives 20 minutes away? I'm not trying to have a long distance relationship. But some places it's like, what, they're only 5 countries away? No, that's close. So it really depends on the person, and just, kind of the cultural aspects of how you're raised, what you think is close and far. But yeah, don't run from that. Now it's interesting because we have careless reversed, and we have expectations reversed. So this is saying this is going to be a partner who doesn't care about your expectations. I think you got a wild one here, but I like that they're not actually careless. They are very full of caring, but they're not going to. This reminds me of like when Virgos date somebody who's like a wild one. And it's like, it reminds me of when you see those pictures of couples, or people on like a roller coaster together, and one of them's cheesing and laughing and having a good time, and the other one is like so not having a good time. Well, they're holding on for dear life. They're calculating the risks. You can just see it in the picture, right? No, but low key, it's like, you're having a good time, right? You rode a roller coaster with me. So I feel like here, you guys will have a good time, because this is a healthy reading that we're doing. But this person is going to be like, look, I'm about to throw half your checklist out the window, because what is this? Give me the shredder. Actually, I'm just going to recycle this real quick. Okay, made it, basket, 3-pointer, and moving on. So some of you, if you're super like type A, if you're one of the signs of the zodiac that we know that you're going to, be a little controlling, you like things a certain way, this person don't care. It's not that they don't care about you, and that's the thing. This is going to be the connection that teaches you that love isn't obedience. Love isn't like being in anxiety until you can make the check mark off of everyone's list and get them out of their grumpy mood. Love isn't emotional maneuvering and manipulating, and control, and um, uh, clinginess and codependency. That's not what love is. This is going to kick you higher vibrational love. And so Venus currently is in Pisces, and that's an exalted aspect. And before that, we hit Venus in Aquarius, and those two placements teach space and love. True unconditional love. True love is just like, even in a friendship way, really acknowledging someone as an equal, has that sense of, you get to be yourself, I get to be myself, and then we make something super amazing together, right? And you don't need to come and chain me and be like, oh, you can't be a wild horse, because maybe you're gonna run alongside with me, or maybe you're just gonna chill back at the house, and then I'll run over there when I want to come by for a snack. All right, so whatever it is, there's a lot of you figuring out who you actually want to be, you having some shocking moments when this person just won't abide by your rules and laws, but that being exactly what you need in those circumstances. Okay, they're gonna make you like loosen up in certain ways, and you might be like, no, I'm free, I'm wild, like fire signs, right? A lot of fire signs, y'all are uptight. You don't act like it, and you might party in certain ways, or maybe talk loud or whatever in certain ways that others wouldn't. But fire signs can run away from connections, or have very, very stringent rules for their partners. For example, they might want to be free, but the partner can't, because low key, they can't handle all that freedom. So whatever side this is on, whether you project to be the free person, or whether you know that you're really uptight, this relationship is going to ask you to let go, okay? I know you're all singing it right now, even if we try not to. Okay. All right, let's get another one. Group 1 has 4 cards, so let's get you another one. I always throw them on the floor. Where'd it go? all the way under there. Y'all trying to hide. Y'all said I'm gonna click off. Friends to lovers. Okay, so this could be another pile, quite plainly as it says, where you can start out with friendship energy and they get to know each other. And there's probably some of that Venus and Aquarius energy I was feeling. It might be better to get to know each other as friends just because this connection asks for so much space and freedom. I often say people usually treat their friends better than they treat their romantic partners, which is sad, right? We should have healthy in both. But a lot of people, they're okay with their friends being individual and loving their friends unconditionally and understanding, oh, that's how my friend is. That's how they talk, or hey, our personalities are different, or whatever. But can get super clingy, obsessive, and codependent when it comes to relationships. All right, so this is saying that some of you just pace yourself. Don't try to rush into it. You might know that you have an attraction to this person, but always put the basis of friendship first, and that will really help you connect. This person, there's strong Aquarian energy here. You know, in the last group, we had strong Aquarian and strong Venusian energy, and I see that as well. I did mention universal signs, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. I was going to say Sagittarius and Pisces together, so they could have both and be a real child of Jupiter, Pisces. Spicy Pisces. They could be a Pisces with some fire in their chart. They could be Sagittarian. Yeah, it's interesting because I'm seeing a step back from Leo. So some of you, this will be a great change from dating a Leo, or they might just have like a little smidge of Leo in their chart, but it's not their most dominant expression, okay? All right, so let's get some more information. Who should you date right now? I promise you, these cards. Look, I'm just gonna stay up. We have Seven of Wands. Okay, they're like, wait, did you say Leo? Did you mention Leo? Because here I am. All right, we have Seven of Wands. So this person could be competitive. Again, we have bold, adventurous, confident. They're very confident in the bedroom. Okay, they're very, or wherever you're doing it. Okay, on top of the volcano, whatever. They might try it. They are somebody who's very passionate, high stamina. They most likely have done competitive sports at some time, or competitive, something like either challenging themselves or challenging others, probably challenging others as well when it comes to something with their fitness, their body. So whether that is like bodybuilding, whether that's kayaking, team sports. They are good in individual sports though. So even if they do team sports, they'll probably be known individually for their talent, okay? And just for like their drive, like they're very mentally strong. So that's why they have this independent streak and they don't easily cave to things, okay? Okay, well, we have the Chariot. This is like hardcore. Now, some of you, they could drive. They could be some kind of driver. They could be a competitive driver, like literally. So I don't know, maybe they're out here with the lowriders or they're out here on the track or something. But this is 100% athletics here when we start getting chariot and the Seven of Wands, or an intense competitor. So whatever they do, they don't see the competition. They have really strong energy. It's so funny that I was like, I think the Leo's low key, and then the reading explodes with Leo. We have Seven of Wands, Leo card. We have a Cancer card, the Chariot, but it has a lot of Chariot cards have that Leonine undercurrent to them, so they could be a Cancer. That would make sense, like if they're a Cancer but they're in the cusp and they have a few Leo placements. So if you see that shy Cancer but then they turn out to have that Mercury in Leo, that Venus in Leo or something like that, and then you're like, oh shoot. So definitely this could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, who's in a fire cusp, Aries, Leo, Sag, and has some intense expressions or pops of fire in their chart. Yeah, so then once you get to know them, you'll be like, wow, this is a very passionate person. Very confident person, okay? 100%. This is the person that they do look like they've had some kind of lack or struggles in their life. They're very aware of hardships that they've been through or that others have been through, people that are vulnerable. They think about children a lot too, so they could be someone who really wants a family. They might like to work with kids, so maybe they do team sports or gymnastics or something like that, and actually work with kids or train kids. Maybe they have, a football team or something like that. Um, but yeah, I think there's definitely a reason why this person lives so hard and is so passionate. A lot of times with the charioteer, we see that where we can see on the original card of the chariot that there is like the background. You can see their hometown that they left, right? And now they're on this kind of gladiator trail. They've beat the lion's den, right? And they know what they're up against. They know that the emperor will pit them against a lion and laugh at them for entertainment, right? And that a lot of people will laugh along too. So there's this drive in the charioteer that's like, no, I'm not going out like that. I know my values. I remember things I've been through. They could have some rough spots and also some deep love that they felt in their early childhood as well. And so this makes them a very, very, very focused person when they are going towards their goals. They can be very career oriented, and really want to take care of their health. And they have a big protector and defender energy about them too. So I definitely think this is somebody who really will always protect the innocent kind of vibe. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. So this person would probably encourage, I feel like they kind of do their own thing, but if you really want to connect with them and spend time, they'll probably be like, okay, well, you should come work out with me too. Let's go get involved in things too. You should come and do these, community things, or, hang out. They're very external in their energy. They do find, some people don't know how to go and connect with other people, and some people, they just always have somewhere to go, people to talk to, some different event or group of people they're connecting with, and they just very easily, they're like, oh yeah, I went for a walk, but then they were running a marathon. And Sharon, who was doing the lemonade, was so nice. So, and then I met her son, and they're like, hey, you should run with us. Now I'm in this running group, and on Saturdays we do biking. Like, they're one of those kind of people. It's very easy for them when they're not in their head. They do have their down moments. They do have moments they have to check their mental health and stuff, but it's very easy for them to meet people, connect with people, and and that's part of what leads to this mentality here, where they don't let anyone stay on their head. They don't let anyone control them, limit them, because when they let that happen, and they probably have had that happen before in previous relationships or in childhood when they didn't have a choice, they end up being, it's like all their shine, all their sparkle, all their happiness that they just really glow and exude ends up just being siphoned away. And they know how low they feel, and they know how they're the type of person that it's not healthy for them personally with their mental health to be like shut away or like held by just like to one person, as like the center of their world. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of, that's not a healthy thing for them. So they really thrive in connections where you would love them like you would love your friends. You would tell your friend, hey, you deserve to go out and about. You deserve to go for your career. You deserve to know other people love you in the world and to travel and all that kind of thing. That's the kind of partner they will be. That's what they'll encourage with you. And that's definitely what they need, okay? So that's what I'm seeing, just a little peek. And who is your type right now? What is recommended? And who you should not be afraid. Now, I will say this person will be very attractive. They will have people lined up around the planet, okay, for them. They'll have people breaking their own hearts, just like, like they're Gaston or something. I don't know. Much nicer person than, but they are somebody who is like worthy of getting to know one-on-one. So don't get too nervous or try to brush them off or put them into a limited, oh, you're just a jock, or this, don't put them into a stereotype. Don't be nervous if you meet people with this energy and then you're like, I don't know, like they have a lot of people around them, or they're very attractive, or they're very busy. This person makes time for those that they care about. They're more easy to meet and to connect with than it seems like, and they're not someone. They can be cocky. They know they're attractive, but I don't feel like they really take it to heart in a negative way about that. They're confident, and so if people aren't confident and don't know what self-love is, that could be shocking. It could absolutely be shocking when you first connect with this person. But again, they're not careless. They are full of care, and they have their own expectations for themselves, and that's why they know who they are. They know what their real motives are and what they aren't, and that's why they'll decide sometimes not to listen to someone's opinion or to brush things off or to be cavalier about things is because they know they have a good heart and a good motive. They know when they need to be humble and listen, like a good athlete does, right? Like listen to coach or whatever. And they know when it's just the heckler's trying to get in their ear. All right, but I feel like they're way more approachable. And just because they're pretty doesn't mean they ain't loyal. So that's what I'm seeing for y'all. Go ahead and, chat down below. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. Oh, time frame. Time frame. We have seven, and then we have the sun. The sun transits for a year. That's what our year literally is. The sun in tarot is a 19. So that could be 19 months, which is a year plus 7 plus 7. So we have a 777 in a year. So the number 7 could be very significant for you guys. It could be 7 days, months, weeks, years. And I feel like this kind of person, you'll always see them. Like you'll be able to connect to them, find them on social media or whatever. So some of you might just wait a while trying to get confidence to approach this person. And then we have the energy of a year as well. That could be the getting to know you period here, and like slowly building your connection and deciding, okay, we're going from friends to dating to more serious, and having a little distance that we're playing with and traveling, getting to know each other. So yes, significant numbers, definitely 7. And this person's very lucky too. They have 777. All right, bye. All right, for those of you who chose scroll, let's go ahead and see what is going on here for who is recommended to be your type, okay? Who should you date? Who should you be interested in romantically? These have been very fun. Okay, we have an air sign, and it could be a throwback. So it could be an air sign that you tried before and you're like, I don't know. But maybe you needed maybe you had like a GMO Aquarius, but then you needed like an organic Aquarius. Maybe you had like a bland Libra, but now you got one with a little salt bay on it, okay? So you might be experiencing an air placement, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, or some kind of someone who has strong air planets like Uranus, Mercury. Venus has an air side to it with a connection with Libra. That you might have been like, I don't know how I feel about this, but then get introduced with someone who exudes those planetary placements or zodiac placements in a way that you like. Okay. All right, moon phases. So they could be an air moon, very specifically. Who should you be into? Returned affection. This is interesting because we talked about in group 1. We definitely don't want to be with someone who's not into us. But it could be that this person is not who you think is your soulmate. It's not who you've been fixated on as your soulmate. This could be somebody who you're not sure like if they like you, and that's a good thing because sometimes we have soul paths where it's like we need to learn to work for relationships in a healthy way. We need to be able to connect in a way that is we have our greatest soulmate, but it's reversed. So this is not necessarily going to be your soulmate of all lifetimes that is recommended at this time. A lot of times people who are their greatest soulmates with each other might not even be incarnated at the same time. They could be guides for each other, different things. There's a very popular term that I don't use, I don't encourage, a fiery term, okay, about twinning, that it leads people down a very toxic path and really creates karmic relationships, and it makes readers a lot of money. And, I think a lot of people either get fixated on the wrong person, feeling like they're their greatest soulmate, but it's about obsession and control, or they're in karmic connections with people and thinking that it's something greater. So it's saying this is not going to be any of that. This is going to be a connection where you have to be honest with yourself. You have to express yourself. This relationship is going to push you to be like, what do you really think? How do you really feel? Communicate about it. Don't just sit on, oh, we had a psychic buzz, they were in my dream, or I'm entitled to you because I think you're my, karmic relationship or my soulmate relationship or this or that. When we take all of that away, so we're not like empowered to be entitled to somebody, when we take away that we're the good spiritual one and they're the unenlightened one or whatever, like if we really took all of that away, that really gives us a power play and an ego stroke in a relationship. Can we be bare bones honest with somebody? Can we actually work towards a healthy relationship? Can we communicate mind to mind, heart to heart, who we are and what we feel, just fresh? That's what this relationship is going to push you to do. And that's what this person's going to push you to do. It doesn't mean that they don't care about, like, oh, they don't believe in true love or whatever kind of gaslighting we can do to people, right? Because let's be honest, a lot of people, it's very trendy right now to be like soulmatey and, so-called mystical and everything. And there's a lot of gaslighting that goes on under, I'm the nicer one, I'm the spiritual one, and I'm entitled, right? To feel XYZ, and they're making wrong decisions for their life. Sometimes that's true, sometimes it's not, right? So this person will push that. They could be a great romantic. They can be someone who really believes in soulmates, but they believe in free will and they believe in honest communication, honest connection with the person, like with an actual individual in front of them, really knowing what somebody's thinking and feeling as who they are. So they might be like, no, let's finish this conversation now. Don't go read cards. Don't go try to figure me out. Don't go ask your mama, all right? I'm not going to go talk to my uncle. Like, what do you think? What do you feel right now? Be honest, right? This person might not put everything up front and just be the one to take action, and just let, someone else feel pampered and on cruise control and just, skate through the connection. That's not the energy here. So this is saying, don't be afraid of real, actual, emotionally authentic connections, like actually doing it in real life, actually sharing your mind, actually telling someone when you're honestly interested in them without it being a social play that we can go ahead and run back and say, oh, well, they ghosted me, or you know what I mean? Like, people have a lot of outs that they can take to social media and blame someone the second that they're not happy with somebody's response or the second that they don't feel validated by a person, and that doesn't feel good. So this person, they're not going to deal with that at all. They will tell you when they feel like they're ready and they know, that's when they'll tell you they love you. When they feel like they're ready and they can, in a very truthful way say, you know what, I want to take you out on a date. I want to be your partner. That's when they'll say it, not before or after. Those kind of people are so charming when they're like in a romantic drama or something, right? And you're watching it and you're like, oh, I love this character. They don't get pushed around by people. They don't fall for flattery. They speak their mind. They really make sure their feelings are authentic and let them grow before they say anything. It's so charming. But when we deal with people like that, we can get a little frustrated. Let's get some more information. So I hope that you guys give this person a chance. Yeah, we have 4 Pentacles here. Aquarius energy taking over. They could have Capricorn as well. We definitely saw air energy. There could be strong Neptune energy, but them not playing into the negative or the overdone Neptunian contact. So you might be like, but I want to just obsess. I want to just push that, diluted romance or whatever. And they're like, nope, you get to my Neptune, you get to my soulmate energy when, again, you come to me in an authentic, real way. In this physical, as who we're dealing with, you and me, okay? So 4 Pentacles, again, they don't just give it all away. They don't fall for that. They're not falling for flattery. They're not falling for family pressure. They're not falling for, whatever it is. They're like, earn the connection. People should earn that respect. I respect your space and your mind. You respect mine. And we're going to get to know each other bit by bit, okay? A lot of Capricorn coming out. Strong Capricorn. We got more water here, High Priestess. Let's see. Yeah, so again, it's saying it's gonna challenge you guys. It's gonna be a connection that I'm telling you, it's not because they're not spiritual. They actually can vibrate out this world. They could be a different type of spiritual than, again, you're used to, or that you're able to kind of weaponize in romance circles. But they can be very, very ascended, actually, with the world reversed and the High Priestess here. 100%. They have parts of themselves that are a fighter, a protector, a defender. They're very wise. I feel like literally they have this vibe that if like the world was ending, they're the person you go to. They're the person who knows how to protect you. They're the person who has all of the everything in storage that you need, all the food. They're very smart. They can be very practical, but they can clock all the spiritual things. They just might not spiral away because of it, okay? They could have Virgo, Cancer, Pisces in their chart, maybe a little Scorpio, okay? So we have air energy, especially around their moon. Could have some water placements or a little Virgo in their chart, and then we have some strong Capricorn too. Maybe their Mercury's in Capricorn. We do have a pop of Leo, so that could be another reason why they're balanced, is because they have to. They might have a chart that has squares in it, and a lot of times when people have a chart that has squares, in order to reach greatness, they have to figure out that internal discomfort and contrast within themselves, and then it lets them know more about how to interact with people, how to deal with relationships, and what they will and won't kind of get carried away with in relationships, because they had to go through their own like overdoing or underdoing certain things. So that's why they're able to be more conscious and step back and be very detached and like view what's actually going on in the relationship and be like, yeah, right now we're not going to spiral emotionally. No, we're not going to do that. So let's talk later when you cool down, right? They have this kind of energy to them. Okay, a little different than the last group. The last group was more like, I'm going to go be free and, be sunshiny and go be active. This person is cool, calm, and collected. Kind of cool air, cool earth, cool water kind of vibe. Even their fire energy is kind of cool, collected. But when they put in effort, when they decide to fight for something, it's very intentional. When they decide to do spiritual work or spiritual contracts, it's very intentional. You see, they got the scroll. You pick the scroll and it's the high priestess. Like this person, I'm telling you, they're spiritually smart, whether they show externally, because they can be very successful in business as well. And there could also be things that they turn down in the business world because they are operating from their spiritual mind, even if they're not flaunting that, okay? So this person will help. Definitely, there'll be a partner that would help ground and challenge in a healthy way somebody who is highly, highly mystical. So if you're somebody who you're like, yeah, I'm like the high priestess card type person, and I don't know if I have somebody who on the one hand can kind of be very grounded, but on the other hand, like, can see through me too. Like, a lot of people who have high spiritual energies or high intelligence or whatever it is, you kind of want someone who can also understand you, but also see through that and call you on your BS when you're getting too pigeonholed into that dynamic, right? It's easy to sit in what you're great at and then not branch out and grow the other aspects of your personality. So this is a partner who will be really good, and they're not gonna hold it against you. They're not going to be, they're not gonna be too high or too low with their emotions. They're gonna be very balanced with their emotions. They're going to be very honest when they're like, nope, I'm putting up a healthy wall right now. Let's take a breather. You're projecting. Like they can do all that, right? Or if they feel like, no, we really need to get into this. It might get messy, but let's do it. They have a good gauge for those kind of things. And this is a person that you end up feeling like, wow, you're solid. Like you're still here. Like the house didn't explode. Our money's not down the drain. All of these things didn't happen because we sat and were honest and authentic with each other and we communicated with each other. This is the kind of person that if you were to confess how you feel before they got to that point, they wouldn't just be like, oh, I'm put off, so I'm going to run away. They would be like, wow, I really admire your courage and your honesty. I respect that. And even if they're still at friendship level and you're like, let's get married, they can still be like, yeah, let's go chill at the movies as friends. Like it's not going to shake them what others feel. They can respect other people's truth, but give themselves the grace to grow at their own pace. And then when they're ready, they're like, boom, like here's what I can offer for my commitment. So yes, this is what I'm saying for you. We're going a little bit in depth. Now, as far as time frame, we have strong Capricorn and we have lunar cycles and phases. So some of you could be very quick that you can meet this person. It could be we're in air season right now. You have air here, and we're when I'm filming this, and we have moon phases. That's just a month, okay? But we do have the end of the year marked here by the last card of the major arcana, which is Capricorn, Gregorian years, end of Capricorn season. So I feel like some of you, I think you already met this person, like they're already around. Like you've already picked that up, that this person is around, but maybe you've been focusing on these kind of karmic relationships or chasing a greatest soulmate or something like that. So you haven't really wanted to pay attention to this person, but I don't know. I would have to say timing for this is anywhere from a month to a year. Yeah. For some of you, you have been going back and forth on this connection. It's almost like your moods fluctuate on this person for several years now. Like you've consciously known about this. But yeah, it's like from a month to a year, deciding, depending on the decisions that you make moving forward, because your guys' opinions and your decisions is what makes or breaks this connection happening. It's not something that the spirit world is going to force to happen. It might be one that they suggest as possible, like here in this reading, okay? So that's what I'm seeing. All right, go ahead and hit the like, join the chat, and all that kind of stuff, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, if you chose the last group here, technology, let's go ahead and see who should be your type. You might have specifically had in mind the person that you want to get rid of and instead insert this person, okay? So let's go ahead and see who should technology group's type be at this time. This is trying to come out instant chemistry. Okay, it's like go with someone that you do feel fast chemistry with. Some people love that, and that's the only way they'll date. And some people don't like that at all. They're just like put off if something's a quick chemistry. They don't trust it. This says yes, someone that you have a fast chemistry with. There's a spark, maybe a spark that you put on the back burner. Tell me. So this person could have already told you they're interested at some point or try to talk to you, or it could be a person that makes you like want to blurt out that you like them. We have travel. This could have been someone who traveled to meet you, or that you met in travel. I feel like for a lot of you, this is someone you already met. We are proud of you. Look how forward moving your cards are. So I love that the Love Kiss Oracle is square, because you have more nuances than just upright and reverse. So very active energy. Do you see, like, we got instant chemistry and we went off to the races, okay? Strong Sagittarius energy in this reading, strong Aries energy as well. We have Uranus contacts and Aquarius, which has been in every group. Aquarius is a sign that's really good for a palate cleanser for sure. In a variety of kind of relationships, from friendship to soulmate connection. So I see why they keep coming up in the cards. And we're in their season as I'm filming this. But yeah, we have strong Sagittarius here. Could be strong Jupiter 9th house or Uranus 11th house contacts that you guys would have in your astrology. All right. This could be someone you meet on the phone, because this person is literally on the phone doing a selfie here. We have technology is what you were drawn to and what you picked. It could be where it's like, hey, we meet, come through, let's connect. We meet here. And it's like the bar is not even full yet here, and they're already making googly eyes at each other and are interested and ready to move forward. Now, of course, we're being safe, and we're asking for a safe person to show up in this reading, so there's that. Yes, for some of you, this person could be a little older and they could have kids. Yes, I definitely see someone who could be older dating someone who's a little younger. That's possible. Of course, this is all adult consenting relationships, all healthy dynamics, but there could also be that one of the people, probably the one who's older, might have children, okay? Doesn't have to be, though. Sometimes one who's a little younger might have the children as well. All right, I feel like communication is nonstop. So this is going to be a connection where you can communicate with this person, and they don't care about double sending. They will send you 8 messages in a row. They have chemistry. They like you. If they want to come stop by, they might just casually be like, oh, yeah, I could visit Romania. Where are you at? Oh, you said Canada. Yeah, I could visit Canada. Like they just have that kind of energy. They're not going to just try to lie, or again, very Aquarian, Sagittarian in that way. If they're interested, they'll be like, I'm showing I'm interested. Am I supposed to play a game right now? Isn't this cute too? Yeah, reciprocity, one of my favorite things in relationships. 6 of Pentacles. This person could have a Taurus moon. Yeah, they could have a moon on the cusp of earth water in some way here. So let's see, cusp of earth water. What am I feeling here? They could have a moon sign that is earth or water, but it's on the cusp. So it's very early or very late degrees in their sign. I'll give everything from just a zodiac sign to very specific astrology things, astrological things for those who, are interested. Okay. This person is generous. Yeah, they're generous with their time. They're generous with their compliments. They're generous with their attention. They're also somebody who right away, they'll be like, yeah, we're together, take a picture, like selfie. They're not worried about that. They're not someone who's going to hide you away on social media. You'll be like, oh, what happened to that picture of us? Or, oh, I thought we were going to go out, but then you actually didn't invite me. You went with other people. They're not like that at all. They're very honest. When they're interested in you, it's like full steam ahead. And, yeah, I mean, I feel like this person will take your lead. So if they did try to kind of talk to you or show you they were interested, and then you didn't meet up or you couldn't communicate consistently with them or something like that, they'll just let it go. But I feel like this is a very good natured person, and I feel like if you were to reconnect with them, then they would be like, right back at the energy. They wouldn't hold it against you. So if you've been nervous, if you're like, yeah, I know who this sounds like, but I'm so nervous because I forgot to message them for a while, and what if they think I'm rude? I don't think they're going to be bothered. Like, they get it. They're like, oh yeah, like, I actually was traveling another country for 3 months. Like, I get it, no problem. I was at my cousin's house. Yeah, we have Temperance reversed here. This is somebody who will touch down, fly. They'll fly. I'm telling you, they will drive, they will fly, they will come through. Sagittarian energy. Since this is a positive reading, I'm not going to see the negative aspects of Temperance reverse here, especially as it's highlighted by a very generous card. Taurus moon can be very clannish, where it's like, no, you have to be the way I want you to be. But in this case, it's saying this person, although they could be very, very proud of who they are, who their people are, who their culture is, and all that kind of stuff, there's somebody who they are completely open to come see about you as well. That's very exciting to them. That's something that they would be open to do, that alchemy. Again, we have a keyword for Temperance is alchemy, and then we have instant chemistry here. So they're open. All right, we have Chariot. Dang, maybe this person literally is like a flight attendant, pilot. They might work in vehicles or travel or something like that. Okay. Oh, we have Justice here. We've had a lot of air energy. So we have Sagittarius. We had some water, earth, possibly around the moon. We have Cancer coming up again. We have Aquarius, Libra, and we have a little Leo here. All right, Justice. This is a fair person. I feel like that's where their understanding comes from, because they feel like, well, if I would want you to be understanding to me, that you were going to go spend time to your family and with your family and go to the beach and stuff, then I should be understanding, right? Like, they have a good sense that way. They're not like do as I say, not as I do kind of partner, not at all. They have some spiritual awareness here. They're very blessed by their ancestors as well, so they can have where I feel like their money is pretty good. Things tend to line up for them. They tend to hit fortuitous energy, and things come together even if it seems like it wouldn't for a moment. And a lot of it is due to the energy that they give others, and that they're a generous person. Yeah, they have very positive energy. I feel like there's somebody who gives like their protection and literally like their spiritual blessings to other people a lot. They would be the person who would want to make sure that you get home safely. They would be putting their blessings or prayers or intentions around someone for their safe travels, or for their schooling or their court cases or whatever. They care about justice and things like that. So there's someone who just wants to see good things happen, but I don't feel them as being stagnant, like where they're like, oh, I wish the world was nice and fluffy, but then they do nothing about it. I feel like they're a doer. To varying degrees for this group, as it's a general read. So yeah, this person has a really good energy. They're just very upfront with who they are, what they're trying to figure out, what they're trying to learn, how they're trying to grow, how they can show up for you, how they can show up for others in the world. This is somebody who will have people in their life. They'll have other things to do. They will have other commitments. They could be involved in a lot of groups. So they might have where, like, they could have some kind of thing where they seem like they're students, like they study things. They're very curious, again, ninth house energy. I think they have a good intellect, but they could also have a niche of something that is really exciting to them, maybe their hobby or something, or maybe they do something off kilter for their career. Like maybe they are like an adventure enthusiast, but that's part of their career. I definitely could see some influencers here. But they'll be like official, because I do see paperwork and stuff here. There could be some kind of actors or creatives, or just something kind of that like society would say as being adventurous a bit, for their career as well. So there could be time again where they do go off and do different things, but I feel like they have a really good sense of partnership. Ending with the Justice card here, they would want to make things official and get like whatever is the tradition of in your guys' culture. You might have to find a balancing point, but of having like a recognized partnership, having like a legal partnership with the scales here of the Six of Pentacles and the scales of Justice. I definitely think they would be like, okay, this is how you do it in your culture, this is how we get married in mine. What's the difference here? Maybe we have a double wedding. Maybe we have destination wedding. Like, they're that kind of person. They're very excited. They can totally be that person where their family's gonna be like, you met this person online and then you flew to their country and now you're like, traveling the way you found a way to make your career mobile. You're traveling the world and then you're gonna get married in 6 months in 2 different locations. And they're like, yes. Isn't it great? So I feel like this is someone who's very in love with life. I think they really do love, and they're just curious. They're so curious and so excited to like discover you, to interact with you. There's somebody who they love to see people that they love doing things that interest them. So if you were like, hey, I have to go off to, this country for, 3 weeks of seminars or whatever, they're probably not going to be jealous. They don't seem like a jealous person. So if your translation of someone liking you is jealousy, you might miss it with this person, which is why it's good to get a reading up front, and we can let you know this person doesn't show love through jealousy. That's not something that they would translate. Not to say sometimes they might not have a little bit, but because we do have them being competitive. They might surprisingly be competitive at little moments here and there, but they're going to be proud of you. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to stand in your way when it comes to your career, when it comes to you, doing something that makes you feel good. If you're like, actually, thank you for preparing that brunch, but I really, really need to go and do 3 hours of yoga because I didn't take care of myself this week, they're going to understand that on a level, even if they're disappointed and they express like, oh, I wish that, you had let me know, or I wish you didn't cancel. They're going to be supportive of you and they're going to be understanding of you. And they're going to be proud of you for taking care of yourself and seeking your own balance and like having your own official life that you bring to the partnership. So yeah, I feel like they're very interesting. And I totally feel like this is somebody who, the more like let's say if you sit down with them with your friends and family, you would be discovering things about them you didn't even know, because as your friends and family ask them questions, they'll be like, oh yeah, I totally learned how to do fencing. I can spar. And be like, what? And they'll be like, oh yeah, I totally won that racquetball championship. And you're just like, what? Racquetball? What? So I think they're super fun. They could like to do online learning. So they might take a lot of like random free courses, or maybe they pay for different certifications or something. But I'm going to stop there. But I feel like I'm curious. They're very interesting. This is what I'm seeing. So this can give you a little bit of insight here as to who should be your type and who you should be open to, and look for these kind of vibes as we move forward. Thank you for tuning in, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the spirit world coming through with these messages here from the cards and the stars. And I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye.